Harry was having a birthday. He was going to turn 11, and all he wanted was for his friends to come out to a bowling party and just have fun.
Oh, how fun is that? We had that over the Christmas break.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were there.
Oh, I thought you meant you and your family. Yes.
No.
I actually, planned the whole thing. But yes, we had a good time. So that's what Harry wanted for his birthday. And he invited a couple of friends, and then he heard back from them that they weren't going to be able to come. And it just seemed like one after another weren't going to be able to come. And so finally he said, why can't you come to my party? And one of the kids said, well, my mom doesn't like you.
What?
And so Harry has some behavioral issues. He's autistic. And so this was just the running theme with all the kids in his class. Nobody was going to RSVP yes for his party.
And so he thought nobody liked him because of that one kid's
Absolutely.
response about what his mom said.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
Well, Harry's mom, she said, oh my goodness, she went to social media. She told the story, poured her heart out. Strangers from around the world, New Zealand, from Australia, they were sending cards, they were sending letters. So word got around his town that he wanted to have this birthday party. Strangers showed up, kids showed up, and probably 20 kids were there, all bowling together and just having a blast. Hannah said, his mom said, so how was your birthday? He said, best birthday ever.
Right?
Yes.
Way to go, Hannah.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
This could be your next job. His Morning Crew with Rob and Liz, his radio.
Well, it's usually for college students. You know the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile? Most people have seen it, at least heard of it. I've seen it in person. I've seen it drive down the highway. I'm like, no way. That's the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. I had no idea in my life that Planters Peanuts had their own peanut mobile. I think they call it the Nutmobile.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
It's just so weird.
And it looks like a huge Planters peanut,
It
the
absolutely
Nutmobile.
does.
So they do the same thing. So when kids are graduated from college, the students have the opportunity to sign up for a year gig in the thing and travel all over the country.
Yeah, but it's, 26 feet long, so you got to be able to drive something like that. What I did notice is that it has a backup camera, which is real nice.
Oh, you need one.
You would have to have one in a situation
You
like
don't want to
that.
run over a hot dog or anything like that.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
What a mess. I mean, last week, there's a lot of people still talking about what happened on I-95 with all that snow in Virginia. People stuck for 37 hours?
37 hours, longest I've heard.
Good night. That's almost 2 days.
Without food, without water, without resources. Oh, my goodness.
There was one Uber driver that was stuck. He was stuck for about 5 hours. There was a teenage girl that was in the car, and he really took care of her. I mean, he had water and crackers. Water and crackers. Amazing. And then it turns out that as soon as he got her home, because that was his thing to get her home, that it was such a big deal for that family, and they posted it,
Of course.
that he was offered a full-time job by a Ride Alto company.
That's cool. So he gets to be a driver for another company full-time this time.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? That's so cool.
Yeah, I love that he not only was getting his fare for driving this teenager home, but that he really took the time to take care of her. That's customer service I think we all look for.
And water and crackers.
Yeah.
In the car.
That's what he had, so that's what he shared.
That's interesting. Oh, Jennifer wants to chime in on the water and crackers. What's up, Jennifer?
I'm assuming that he had them in his car for the same reason when I lived in Minnesota. We had to keep blankets, water, chocolate, and something salty. And the water was for dehydration. The chocolate was in case your sugar dropped, and I'm not really sure why we needed the salt. But I just thought I'd comment on that to see if anybody else had a comment on why maybe during the winter they've kept stuff in the car. There was only one time during a blizzard that we had to use it, and we weren't stuck very long because they always had the snow machines going, but they told everybody up there to make sure you had it in your car just in case the snow plows could not get out. And it got so wide out that they couldn't get to it.
Jennifer, I bet you are so glad you left that snow behind.
I miss the snow. We had a snowmobile, and I miss that part of winter being in the South. It's one of the seasons. I lived in Ohio, too, and I just miss the season.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Well, question for you at 800-447-7234. How do you actually wind down? How do you do the de-stress? Here's one way that some people are doing it, and I was shocked when I heard this. It's crochet. The knitting thing, crochet.
Yeah.
Actually, people has discovered that, and they're doing that, and they're finding that it's really causing the stress level to come down, and they're much happier when they're doing the crocheting.
I would think if you're good at crocheting, I can see how that would happen. If you're bad at crocheting, because I've tried it, I just cannot get it.
Liz gets frustrated.
It does. It frustrates and stresses me out. I read or take a really long bath or do both at the same time just because that seems to alleviate some of that stress.
I like to cycle, like the Tour de France kind of cycling.
Oh, yeah.
I'm into that road cycling stuff, and that's what really helps me.
Yeah, working out is a really good stress reliever, releases all the endorphins and gets your mind, maybe you focus a little bit.
But everybody's different.
Yeah.
So how in the world do you do it?
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Getting word that some people de-stress and try to get all that worked out by crocheting. People have picked up crocheting. Amazing.
I could not. I get so frustrated when I have tried to crochet in the past.
Really?
Absolutely not.
I don't know why I could see you do that.
No, not at all. I'm no. Teresa texted and said, when you're stressing out or have fears, sit quietly and pray. That's what she does. And this calm comes over you. And then Taylor, she says, to help with stress, she works out. She's part of a group called Fostering Faith and Fitness.
Oh, nice.
And the owner of the group is trying to raise money, to foster her newly adopted son.
That's great.
That's how it started. And now they all work out together, which is
That
pretty cool.
Good. Oh, I love that. Jennifer is here at 800-447-7234. What do you do, Jennifer?
I crochet Disney dolls.
Oh, interesting. Why is it Disney dolls?
I'm a huge Disney fan, and so instead of wasting not wasting, but instead of using my money to buy a bunch of Disney memorabilia, I just make my own.
Okay, how many times have you been to Disney World?
Unfortunately, only 3 times.
What's your favorite thing to do there?
Explore the Magic Kingdom, just because I love the fantasy.
Tell us about the first time you were there.
I was dumbfounded. I just didn't even know what to say. There was just so many feelings at once that overwhelmed me that I just didn't even know what to do first.
And what inspired you? Was it before or after the Magic Kingdom to do the crochet dolls?
I actually didn't start up crocheting until about 6 months ago. I mean, because I'm a teacher, so I need to find stuff to de-stress. And I just happened to see it on Amazon, and I saw a Disney crochet kit, and I was like, well, I know how to sew, so maybe I could pick this up. And at first it was frustrating, like Liz was saying. I'm just going to give up. Then I happened to see a YouTube video showing me how to do it. And then ever since then, I've been doing it almost every day, and it's been a really good stress reliever for me.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
That time of the year that you have the opportunity to get as many Girl Scout cookies as your heart's desire. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio.
And some girls have the opportunity to get some new badges this year as well. The Girl Scouts of the Jersey Shore decided back last year they were going to put out a Betty White badge.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, in celebration of her 100th birthday. And of course, we all know that Betty White unfortunately passed away at the end of 2021. Well, now because so many people have said, you're doing a Betty White badge, I need to get in on that. They've opened it up nationwide. So now there's thousands of girls that can get in on it. Couple things that you need to do if you want the Betty White badge. You can build a pretend television, which is kind of cool in honor of her.
Because she was on TV. Okay,
Yeah,
I get
and
that.
inspires engineering, I guess. Create your own game show, because she did a couple of game shows. But also, like, the number one thing that they want you to do is be an advocate for animals. Betty White, huge animal lover, and always gave to animal charities and this kind of thing. So there's a couple of different ways you can get the badge.
Yeah, you can. I mean, some people can donate some food.
Yeah.
To the animal shelters.
Right.
What my wife has done is spearheaded with the school that she goes to. The students going every Friday to read to the pets and to the dogs that are at the animal shelter.
That just makes my heart smile when I think of them reading to the dogs.
I went once.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, it's amazing to hear the dogs. When if I don't know if you've ever went into an animal shelter, but when you go in, there's like really loud barking.
Yes.
Because they're so excited. People are here. I might have a home. But when the children or the students read to them, it goes silent. I mean, they really calm down. They sit down and they listen.
They're listening to Dr. Seuss and
It's so cool. It's so cool. And now the Girl Scouts doing that can get this merit badge.
Yeah.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Let me tell you, there are so many people discovering one of the features. There's many features on the My His Radio app, which, by the way, if you download the My His Radio app, I already have it. All this week, we're giving away Bluetooth speaker after Bluetooth speaker after Bluetooth speaker. It's a His Radio limited edition Bluetooth speaker. So you have to have the app to win, okay? But here's the thing. I've noticed that people, especially this week so far, have discovered the open mic feature on the My His Radio app.
Well, maybe, you get a new device for Christmas or, whatever, and you need to reinstall that My His Radio app. And then you start playing around with it. You're like, oh, I haven't really dove into this and checked it all out. And so people are doing that.
Yeah, and one guy just left this message on the open mic earlier this morning.
This app is awesome. I mean, just awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was really nice to leave on the My His Radio app. By the way, we gave it a little upgrade, so it looks absolutely amazing. And all the features that are there, even a hidden menu. If you swipe from the right to the left, you'll see a hidden menu that's there. Not a lot of people know about it, but you do now.
Yeah, and it makes it super mobile, user-friendly. I love that part of it because sometimes you get in to apps and they're kind of clunky. Not this one. It tells you exactly what you need to do.
Well, here's the big thing this week. If you have the My His Radio app, we're doing contests just exclusively on the app for you to win a Bluetooth speaker. So you'll see you register from time to time, several times throughout the day, and we'll notify you right through the app so you won't miss out on it. You just have to have it to win.
Yeah, and it's coming up not too long from now when we're going to give away one of those His Radio Bluetooth.
Oh, that's right.
speakers.
There's between 8:15 and 8:45, right? Something coming up around that time.
Yeah, something around then.
So that's right around the corner. Download the app now. Google Play in the App Store. The app is absolutely free. It's the My His Radio app when you go there.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
So you may remember when you were a kid reading all of those books, and each of the books had a different level and different points. And the more books you read, the more pizza you got. You got like a little personal pan pizza.
Oh, yeah, they did that at Pizza Hut, right? Back in the day.
Exactly. And it was called the Bookit program. And so, because, we as kids, we don't have a whole lot of money. You get the allowance, and you don't want to necessarily spend it on pizza.
So you book it, they cook it.
Exactly.
There you go.
That should have been the slogan. It's kind of back. Pizza Hut is doing the Bookit Bundle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You get a pizza, and the first 20,000 people that get in on this until Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, so a week from today, they'll also give you that throwback Bookit t-shirt.
So wait. How many books do you have to read before Tuesday?
No, you don't have to read any. You don't have to read any.
You don't have to read to get the bundle thing?
This is the first time in my life I've never had to read as part of the Bookit program to get a free pizza.
Then what's the point?
Because they want you to have the shirt, and they want to, I think, get back in schools, because I don't think they're in schools anymore with the Bookit program. My kids did the accelerated reader and some different things like this. So I don't think it's been a thing in the last little while.
So what?
It's just nostalgia. It's nostalgia because...
Oh, it's not. It's marketing.
Okay.
They want to get into the schools again. That's
course
marketing.
They do, and they want to sell some pizzas, but
yeah.
I think they also are trying to maybe get us to read a little bit more.
But you said, hey, Liz said, right? Liz said this, you don't have to read to get in on this.
You don't. There were a lot of kids that may have had issues and couldn't, some learning disabilities, and couldn't read as many books as others.
That's different, but they still had to read something, right?
Well, I think so.
Right.
But not as many as somebody else. But still, when you come
I'm dyslexic. It's hard for me to pay attention. So
Right.
I get that.
So you couldn't read as many books as someone that didn't struggle with dyslexia.
I am such a slow reader.
And that's okay. You know what? You probably absorb more of the information than I do because I am like boom, boom, boom.
I have to reread some things sometimes. I'm like, what did that just say?
I
and I have
get that.
to go over it again.
I get that. But now, if you didn't get one of those pizzas or any of the bookmarks or anything they had back in the day, you can get the t-shirt.
Yeah, and don't have to read.